My dad said he had no idea my mom was an alcoholic, and he thought that she didn't know either. They were just living a party lifestyle like all of their friends their age. And then when they decided to start trying for kids, they said that when they got pregnant, they'd quit partying and live like a family-friendly lifestyle. And it happened a lot quicker than anticipated. They'd just gotten to Jamaica on the first day of their vacation, and she wasn't feeling well. They take a test, and it comes back positive. My dad, it's always his dream to be a father. He's so excited when he sees his test, and the first words out of my mom's mouth are, "Does this mean I'm not allowed to drink?" And he said, like, instantly a red flag went off in his mind and was like, why would you even ask that? And they realized from that point forward that quitting that party lifestyle for my dad was a choice. It, however, wasn't for my mom, but they never knew that because she'd never had a reason to choose not to before. And granted, my dad is ignorant in the fact that he didn't have to be the vessel for that child, so obviously the first thought on his mind is not, how is this going to affect my body for the next 9 months? Because my dad was a chronic, and if he was the one carrying that baby, the first fucking words out of his mouth would be, I am not quitting, ever! I'm not quitting the green shit, ever! I'd rather... But I feel like a lot of people would relate to that in the sense that lifestyle is a huge part of a relationship. And if you're with someone and you live a certain lifestyle and you think, oh, when XYZ happens, we'll just switch our lifestyle up. I have home movies of my mom, like, 8 months pregnant, sitting on the balcony, just smoking cigarettes, drinking a beer, as my dad's, like, zooming in on her, and she's like, Terry, and, like, hides. Because obviously she's ashamed. Thank God he fucking filmed that, so I have proof. But it took me, still to this day, I struggle with acceptance with alcoholism in regards to my mom. I really suggest going to Alanon. Alanon is like the AA group, but for family members or friends or partners or kids of an alcoholic. And that really helped me come to accept my mom for who she is. Granted, I still refuse to be around it. But I've kind of looked at it in the sense of, like, you know how you're supposed to put your oxygen mask on first in the plane? You can't help others until you help yourself. She couldn't give up her oxygen to parent us, because then she would be dead. She couldn't survive. And I used to think that the reason she didn't give up her oxygen was because she had no motherly instincts whatsoever. And that's what I thought. I thought she was choosing to make alcohol the most important thing in her life. Still, I struggle with this. But I know now that she just struggles with the disease. I simply cannot get pregnant and have a baby because I know for a fact I would not be able to stop myself from... And I have to live with the consequences of someone else doing that every fucking day. But a lot of people don't know it's going to be a problem until it's too late. And a lot of people don't want to get abortions because they're fueled with religious guilt that has ruined society. And a lot of people will do the green instead of drinking because they're like, oh, it's not as bad. There's not that much research showing how bad it is. Yeah, because they're not fucking researching that, okay? As someone who's chronic, you know, just like I do, that shit reduces your fucking brain power. Your memory, your problem-solving skills, your reaction time, you're killing your brain cells. So if you're trying to grow someone else's inside of you while doing that, it's not just your brain cells and cognitive capacity that is declining. Theirs is being stunted. And again, like, even when I think about it, if I got pregnant right now, I swear to God, I would hide to make it seem like no one else would know. And I would be fucking getting up there. And I couldn't stop myself. And that's why I know that I can't have a baby, because I'm not able to put their needs over my own. Because I'm more important. And anyone who says that I shouldn't have an abortion because that's selfish is fucking crazy. Because clearly I'm too selfish to raise a child. But yeah, it kills me because I know a lot of people say, like, oh yeah, I used Canna my whole pregnancy. And I'm like, dude, if you're doing anything that decreases your fucking brain capacity, you're doing it to them too. And I'm telling you, like, people don't realize how much this shit affects people. Like, I am disabled as fuck. That shit literally, and I am also disabled as fuck because I am now an addict. Like, those genetics, like, shimmied down their way to me. And I have full blown, I swear to God, if you did an MRI or a CAT scan on my brain, there'd be full holes. Like, when I'm having a conversation, you guys, when I upload the next podcast, you can see when I'm going and what am I talking about? That to me, it looks, when I watch myself do that, it looks like I have a hole in my brain. Like, literally, the thought just, like, hit a wall or fell into an abyss. Like, I'll be full. What did I say? Yeah, so if you're doing something that induces that and you're trying to grow a baby who's like, babies are dumb. If you want them to have the capacity to not be, you can't take a dumb inducer.